a lot of relationships in today's day and age, they don't last. They're very fleeting. You see a lot of people, a lot of affairs and, marriages, divorce. What do you think was different about marriage back then and about relationships back then?
Back then, I think they were very easily pleased and we didn't look for a lot. And I think nowadays it's people are looking for too much, are expecting too much.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know what it is. I think it's the times we're living in nowadays. I think there's an awful lot of pressure on the young ones nowadays, and even young couples as well, compared to years ago. Because you stuck through marriage, through thick and thin. You had your good days, your bad days, your good weeks, your bad weeks. And money was scarce, but we had a house and it was furnished and your papa was working and things like that. Do you know what I mean? But people now are working, well, they're trying to get a house, get a roof over their head, and it's so difficult nowadays. You'll pay for a house, etc. And I don't think there's the same help then. And we didn't expect a lot then. Do you know what I mean?
It's your expectation, it defines a lot. It dictates a lot. And do you think, because there's so many options available today, I suppose back then in Coatbridge, you didn't have social media back then. You didn't know many people from the next town or even the next county, let alone in the world. Whereas in today's day and age, you log on to Instagram and you can see people in Australia and in England and Scotland, anywhere. And in my opinion, I personally believe that when people are in a relationship and things get tough, they just look for the next option. They've so many options available and they look for the next option instead of, as you said, when things are difficult, that's when you have to double down and work on the relationship and communicate. And that's definitely something where a flaw of my relationship previously, as in with Tia, the one I'm in currently, and beforehand, we just didn't communicate properly. And again, I think young people, we're still learning. You still learn too, and even as you're getting older, you're still learning how to do life and how to do relationships and how to communicate. And that was something that I had to learn. I had to learn to be able to communicate my desires, my boundaries, what I wanted, what I didn't want, and vice versa. And it's a realization to me that when something's important to you, you double down and work on it. And as you said, like through thick and thin, as opposed to saying, oh, this is difficult.
The first hurdle you come in, I'm out here. That's it.
Because how does that set you up for the relationships?
That's right, I know.
Because I don't know anyone that's had a relationship or a marriage that it's been plain sailing the entire time.
Of course, it can't be. Life's not like that.
Would you say you had a happy marriage?
I would think so, yeah. Because you didn't expect a lot and you didn't look, you really didn't. I mean, your papa was a good man. I can't say that anything at all about him. He was a good man. He worked, provided, and brought his wages in and things like that. And he didn't expect very much. But he liked his Friday night out with your Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
And that was all he worried about, was more or less having enough pocket money to go and meet Uncle Jimmy and go to Carson's and have a crack.
Ended up in the graveyard on the walk home. Tell that story. The one the one when he was walking back.
What was that again though?
So remember when he fell into the graveyard?
Oh, I can't remember.
So he was walking home. Papa was on a night out.
Did he tell you? He must have told you about it then, didn't he?
Him and one of his Jimmy had said as well.
Jimmy Mitchell.
So Papa one night after a night out. So Gran lives on Viewfield Road, and on Viewfield Road there's a
just off Viewfield Road, the graveyard.
Yeah, just off Viewfield Road, there's a graveyard.
At the end of the road.
And on the way home, instead of taking the longer route, they took a shortcut through the graveyard. But one of the graves had been dug, and
the corpse
for the next day to put the corpse in the next day, and it was pitch black, dark. It was pitch black. They were walking home and they were walking through the graveyard, and he tripped and fell right into the grave. And what must have been 6 feet?
Oh, easy.
6 feet deep.
I would think so.
And they got out okay, did they? Yeah, they got out.
But lucky there wasn't another coffin in it.
I know, can you imagine? Yeah.
Could you kill yourself?
Passing out and you snoozing with the dead.